On Global TV, coming to you from the nation's capital, Abuja, I am Edikan Michael. A reminder that we are on DSTV, channel 365 and free to air on Nicomsat. The governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, and his deputy, Dennis Idahosa, have been sworn in. The Chief Justice of the state, Daniel Okonbowa, administered the oath to number 1 and 2 citizens of the state at the Samuel Abamodia Stadium. The board swore to uphold the Constitution and work within its dictates, as well as to see to the well-being of the people of the state. Now, at least 19.43 billion naira has been spent on maintenance and operations of presidential air fleet from July 2023 to September 2024. A report gathered says a civic tech platform that tracks and analyzes the federal government spending showed that for 2024, the payout amounts to 13.55 billion naira, representing 66% of the allocations for the fleet in the 2024 fiscal year. The most disbursements were Label Forex Transit Funds, typically funds allocated for foreign exchange requirements to facilitate international transactions and engagement. And in the context of the presidential air fleet, such funds are used to cover expenses related to operations outside the country, including fuel purchases, maintenance, and services in the foreign currencies. And on to Ondo State, as the campaign for the November 16 election intensified, Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa took his campaign tour to our local government, receiving a warm welcome from traditional leaders and community leaders and the key stakeholders at the palace of the Olowo of Owo, Oba Ajibade Ogonnoye. Our correspondent in Ondo State, Kikolo Mokere, has the details.
The visit was marked by strong endorsement from the royal fathers, who pledged their unwavering support for Governor Ayedatiwa's election bid. Speaking on behalf of the traditional rulers in the council area, the Olowo of Owo, Oba Ajibade Ogunnoye, assures the governor of the people's commitment to his candidacy.
Now, the Court of Appeal in Abuja has constituted a special 3-member panel to handle political cases from Rivers State, with sitting scheduled to begin on November 14. This move follows the escalating legal tussles stemming from a rift between the Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, and his predecessor, the current Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. The feud has led to a surge of legal cases from the state, creating factions among political actors and resulting in the conflicting judgment from court of similar authority. In an effort to streamline the resolution of these disputes, Court of Appeal President Justice Monica appointed a special panel to oversee all the appeals related to the political crisis in Rivers State. Now, the Tertiary Education Trust Fund has held a one-day strategic interactive engagement for heads of beneficiary institutions at the headquarters in Abuja. Ramsey Enoch has the details.
In an address of welcome, Executive Secretary of the fund, Architect Sonny Echono, says the TED Fund has made a significant stride in funding numerous projects to improve infrastructure and enhance research capability.
Over the past year, the fund has made significant strides funding numerous projects aimed at improving infrastructure, enhancing research capabilities, and supporting faculty development. Indeed, with the kind permission of the Board of Trustees, we'll be meeting in a couple of days. We will be.
Echono also acknowledged that effort is in place to ensure the right tax is being paid for the purpose of efficiency.
To ensure that everybody that is supposed to be in the tax bracket is coming on board, we're also collectively working to improve the efficiency of collection, that people are paying the right amount of tax. And for this too, I also want to express our gratitude to our 2 committees in the National Assembly who have also worked diligently in this regard.
Also speaking at the event, Chairman, Board of Trustees of TED Fund, Aminu Masari, described as erroneous a view by some people that TED Fund intervention is meant to handle all responsibilities in education.
Some institutions, with no apologies, and some people outside there see TED Fund not only as an intervention agency, but as an agency that will have to shoulder all responsibilities in education, which I believe is not right. I think it is high time we start to think.
The one-day strategic interactive engagement for heads of beneficiary institutions availed the heads of institutions the opportunity to air their views and make contributions to the smooth running of the intervention. Ramsey Enoch Agbo reporting for Global Television.
And now the Northern Youth Assembly has condemned House of Representative member Abdulamin Jibrin representing the Kebbi Federal Constituency of Kano State for endorsing the controversial tax reform bill. The former chairman of the House Committee on Appropriation allegedly provoked the Assembly during a recent TV interview where he was reported to have outwardly endorsed the anti-North tax reform bill. A statement signed by the National Assistant Publicity Secretary, Comrade Mohammed Awasani, on behalf of the leadership of the Assembly from the 19 northern state, expressed disappointment over the lawmakers' stance on issues that will allegedly further relegate the region economically and commercially. Our students of the Federal University Oyo Ekiti have issued a 48-hour ultimatum to the federal government and the Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FEMA, to commence repairs of the federal road or face consequences. The students, led by the president of the Student Union Government, Mary Abiodun, stormed the office of FEMA in Ado Ekiti, the state capital, to protest the ongoing accidents and death of their colleagues due to the poor condition of the Fakio-Yeokelo Road. They lamented what they described as a severe harm caused to the student population, resulting in the loss of over 10 students in fatal accident. The head of Labaja's family of Ilobi Kingdom in Osun State, Damola Labaja, says it is regrettably that the late Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Labaja did not enjoy the life outside the military. The family had started these while receiving the St. Charles Grammar Schools, Osobo, All Boys Division, who paid a condolence visit to Labaja's family house in Ibadan. He said that the family expected that their late son would, after serving his tenure, retire to enjoy the fruits of his labor, but stressed that the family had submitted to the will of God following the incident. He noted that some tears would never dry, adding that the late Chief of Army Staff had all his active years in the military, having completed his A-level at the Polytechnic. Ahead of the 2024 Ondo State Gubernatorial election, the chairman of Asoyori Movement and senator representing Ondo South, Senator Jimoru Ibrahim, has thrown his weight behind the All Progressive Congress. He made this known how the Asoyori convention at Fulton University in Abatoka community in the local government area of Ondo State. Again, Kikola Mokere reports.
It was like a carnival at the University of Fortune. Igbo Tako, as billionaire business mogul and senator representing Ondo South Senatorial District, Senator Jimoh shown violence and come out en mass to vote for All Progressive Congress on November 16 governorship election.
Commissioner Victor Olaya has found a report of alleged jungle justice against some vigilant groups in the state. After speaking on the murder of one Larry Debayo, a graduate of the University of Ilorin, Olaya warned vigilantes not to take laws into their hands in the handling of suspects. He said, Larry got into an argument with the vigilante group in the Ita-Lepo area of Ilorin metropolis, and they decided to teach him a lesson which ended tragically. Away from that, a powerful explosion shook the city of Jos, sending shockwaves through the surrounding communities, and eyewitnesses report that the blast occurred around 10:30 a.m. near the densely populated Terminus Market area. Initial reports indicated that several people were injured in the blast, with some sources suggesting there may have been fatalities. The extent of the damage remains unclear, but with the masses describing the scenes of destructions and chaos. We're watching the News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital. When News Express returns, petrol pump price may drop as Dangote marketers sign deal. We'll bring you details of these as well as foreign and sports stories after this short break. Please join us. Welcome back and many thanks for staying with us on News Express. And now on to business. The chairman of Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reform Committee, Taiwo Oyedele, has said that Nigerians earning minimum wage or a little above it will be exempted from the pay as you earn tax under the new tax reforms. Oyedele disclosed this via his ex-handle as he answered questions about the reform bills. President Bola Tinubu has transmitted 4 tax reform bills to the National Assembly for consideration. The tax reform bills, which stem from the recommendations of Oyedele's committee, have divided members of the National Assembly. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) has stopped importing refined petroleum products and is now off-taking fuel from the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and other local refineries. NNPC's Group Chief Executive Officer Melikari discloses at the ongoing conference of the Nigerian Association of Petroleum Exploitation is held in Lagos. This is coming at a time when some petroleum marketers insisted that they will import petroleum products and sell at a price lesser than that of the $20 billion refinery. The Aviation Authority restricted flights to multiple airlines. This was contained circular signed by the Acting Director General, Civil Aviation Captain Chris Najamo, all declared the act as illegal, noting that the NCAA funding shows that pilot and all crew members services to different airlines. According to the circular, instances where pilots operate for more than one airline concurrently pose risks to safety, stressing that the license issued to pilot or any member of the flight crew is to specific base on the approved standards of procedures. Several leading French newspapers say they are suing the social media platform X, accusing it of running their contents without payment. The joint action against the social media company run by the US billionaire Elon Musk is being led by the Figaro, the Le Parisien, and the Le Monde Courrier and the Huffington Post, among others. A French newspaper has in a statement accused the site formerly known as Twitter of violating the so-called numbering right, which under a European directive adopted into the French law are due when social media platforms republish and use content. The management of Dangote Refinery is set to meet with officials of Petroleum Products Retail Outlet Association of Nigeria to discuss the direct petrol supply arrangement. This development comes just a day after the Independent Petroleum Marketing Association of Nigeria announced it had reached an agreement with Dangote Refinery to purchase the petrol directly by bypassing the intermediaries. And now the Public Secretary of IPMAN, Joseph Obele, stated that the refinery had already sent an email to the President, Dr. Billy Harry, proposing a business meeting in the coming days. And now to the phone scene, Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has condemned Israel's actions in Gaza as genocide in some of the hard-shed public criticisms of the country by Saudi officials since the start of the war. But speaking at the summit of the Muslim and Arab leaders, the prince also criticized the Israeli attacks on Lebanon and Iran. Israel has vehemently denied that its forces are committing genocide against the Palestinians. Now, away from that, the government of Equatorial Guinea has filed a lawsuit against the hostile Goga, the Director General of the country's National Financial Investigation Agency, for alleged misconduct in connection with the STEP scandal. The government stated that the actions of the anti-graft agency chief violate the ethical and moral values of the noble Equatorial Guinea society. In a public address covered by a local media platform, the Minister of Information announced that the Equatorial Guinea government, through the State Attorney General's office, will initiate a thorough investigation into the acts committed by Balstar. Have been made 5 arrests over the violence which followed a match involving an Israeli football team in Amsterdam. The 5 men, all from the Netherlands, are aged between 18 and 37, are suspected of public violence against persons before and after the Maccabi Tel Aviv match against the local team Ajax. The Prime Minister Dick Schoof said anti-Semitic attacks against the Israelis and Jews were nothing short of shocking and reprehensible. And now to sport news. Many fireworks are expected as the modern edition of the Varsity Cup Men's Football 2024 season ends at the main bowl of the University of Benin Sport Complex, Benin City, Edo State. The final match will be between the comeback Kings University of Ilorin against the unbreakable Joseph Tauka University of Agriculture, Makadi. And this will be preceded by the third place match between the Obafemi Awolowo University of Ilefe and the University of Bajo and Suka. And now on more sport, ahead of the preparations for the Super Eagles 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Benin Republic, Moses Simon and Samuel Chukwueze were among the early birds to the Super Eagles camp in Cote d'Ivoire. Now the Super Eagles media officer confirmed their arrival, saying no fewer than 8 players had arrived. He added that some others were still expected. Captain William Ekong, Ademola Lookman, Simon reigning Africa Player of the Year, and Victor Osimhen, and 19 other players were invited for the qualifying match. And let's wrap up the News Express. Let's take a look at some of our top stories. The governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Pobolo, and his deputy Dennis Idahosa have been sworn into office. The Northern Youth Assembly has condemned House of Representative member Abdulhamid, representing the Kiru Kebeji Federal Constituency of Kano State, for endorsing the controversial tax reform bill. At the business day, the Northern Youth Assembly has condemned the House of Representative member Abdulhamid for the condemnation and endorsing the controversial tax bill. And on sport, ahead of the preparations for the Super Eagles 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Benin Republic, Moses Simon and Samuel Chukwueze were among the early birds to the Super Eagles camp in Cote d'Ivoire. And as a package, News Express coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. A quick reminder that we are on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276 and free to air on Nicomsat. Kindly follow us on all social media platform using at Global TV NG and other handles now shown on the screen. I am Edikan Mike. Many thanks for watching and staying with us. See you again.